flip-flop Mar-a-Lago. All of a sudden, what? It's worth more than 18 million now.
Yeah, so I was so pissed when I saw this that I changed my topic. I was originally going to talk about homeless people in Florida, but this made me so mad.
And
so
he was mad.
I was mad.
He was pissed?
he was
pissed
angry.
when I was writing this
All right,
article.
so yeah, go for it.
So all right, I mean, I would say let's just play the clip, but let me just read one thing.
Go ahead.
So, for those who haven't been following the saga, Attorney General Letitia James accused Trump, his adult sons, and other executives at the Trump Organization of participating in a conspiracy to commit numerous acts of fraud and misrepresentation and thereby artificially boost Trump's net worth so he could dupe investors and get loans for which he was not qualified. So, as part of that case, Judge Arthur Engoron ruled that Trump's 2011 valuation of Mar-a-Lago was fraudulent. To build his case, he used a tax appraisal of the property that put its value between 18 million and 27 million. This is part of the case. This is like Engoron denies that he valued it at 18 million. He goes, "No, a tax appraiser did."
It was him.
And so the way that they did it was they said, "Oh, it's being used as a business venue. We have to look at its revenue, and it only pulls in X amount. It's like 20 million or something a year." So that's what it's worth, instead of looking at the actual property. So part of how they built the case against Trump, saying that he committed fraud against banks, is by inflating the value of Mar-a-Lago from 18 million to what Trump says, which is it's between 350 million to 700 million, and now Trump's just going all out. He's like, it's worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's play this clip now from CNN. Okay, yeah, just play.
Go ahead. Let's see this.
You need at least 30 days to get any of these properties sold. But the property that you alluded to, Mar-a-Lago, potentially that could be something that could be sold quickly. I think the valuation is something in the hundreds of millions, and I think there could be a buyer for something like that.
And that would be literally, if you're talking about doing that between now and Monday, that's picking up the phone, calling someone, and then literally writing a check.
Yeah, I mean, there could be plenty of international people who want to buy that property. I mean, there's properties that are priced at 150 and 200 million that are nearby that. And Palm Beach is like the NVIDIA, of real estate. It's just shot up like a rocket. And people do want to live there. They've moved there. So I think that would be the best case scenario as to proper if he's trying to sell quickly. I would encourage that.
So, all right. Now, that's 240 million estimated. I mean, who knows? You know, he's a desperate seller. In this case, someone picks up the phone and makes that call. That's still half of what it would be.
What the fuck? What the fucking hell?
What's going on? What?
So they ransacked him for everything he was worth, and now they're going to force him to sell it all back to the government for the original fucking price.
For the original price.
What the fucking hell?
It's corrupt. Dude, let me explain something to you. The people involved, like you remember, and I'm being dead serious. Do you remember when, who's the black chick she was like, go in their faces, go in the streets.
Maxine Waters.
Maxine Waters. How I mean, I know the firefighters were like booing her, and how the hell as a society are we letting these people get away with this and not going after them, meaning not violence. I'm talking about protesting,
standing up at all.
Going outside. Say, where the hell are all these American libertarians, lovers of the country? You know what they're doing is wrong. You know what they're taking the law, because I hate when people go, well, it's legal. You're a piece of shit if you think that that's cool.
So Monday is Trump's deadline to pay his bond of $450 million.
Yeah.
He is actually planning to let them take Trump Tower because his arms are tied. He's going to appeal it later and try to get it back, but they're going to ransack that place. They're going to completely search through his whole penthouse. They're going to destroy the thing. Like, he's literally at the point where he doesn't even want to countersue or declare bankruptcy because it will cause too many complications for the election. So he's literally at this point just going to let them take it. Monday, that's going to happen.
So Monday they're going to do it, and they're going to put like tape around it. And
that's the sources.
Dude, I'm saying, like, and as a New Yorker, I would go there with, bro, a million New Yorkers, I would go in a freaking heartbeat. They should go there and surround that shit and be like, nobody's coming in here. Like, are you freaking kidding me, bro?
The funds are going towards bail.
To pay his own bond.
Bond, which is put in place to make sure that this person doesn't flee the country.
The most famous person on the planet.
The person who wants to run for president of this country is being shaken down to the point so that he won't then flee the same country that he's trying to be elected to. Follow that logic and make that make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, as Vinny said, if they can do this to Trump, who has all that resources and all that money, you are fucked. Like, you have nothing against. Like, you have no way to stand up against them. I mean,
like in any sense, like in any sense, and I'm talking about if anything with child service. I heard some father that lost his kid. Like anything that they can get you with that they don't like you're screwed. Well, this is the next president.
Well, yeah, but it's also crazy how it just goes to show they will do anything they can for him not to be in office. Like, this is like
do
just
you think they actually care about his assets?
No.
Like I saw Tim Dillon being like, this all started by saying that he's like a Russian agent, and it has now devolved into being like, he lied about his assets.
Yeah,
like,
it's
his
insane.
bathroom isn't worth that much money. Like, it's like so transparent that it's not about anything that has to do with his real estate. I mean, it's hard that I have to even say that.
Yeah.
No, I know. And then last time he comes out with a pair of sneakers and then just like makes
Yeah,
up.
but they're amazing. But if this doesn't prove to you guys, to the American people, because I know, like, we have the majority of our viewers are probably conservative, but those, there's lefties in here, and I know where you are. If this, you can't see this for what it is and understand that the reason they're doing this and they despise him is because they're the they that Biden always talks about when he goes, hey, they won't let me. Trump came in and never once said they, or I got to leave because of they. This is the swamp. This is the deep state that you guys are seeing happening right now. And the left, nobody's saying shit. Where are you guys at? I'm curious. So where are you at? You're cool with this because you just hate him. This is a personal vendetta that you were taught to hate him. By the way, all this Trump derangement syndrome, it's not, I feel bad for your little brains. It's not their fault. They were bombarded to be like, this guy is Hitler. Yeah. This guy is, and everything that they said was a lie. From Russia to World War III to everything that they talked about this guy, you guys were duped. You guys were all duped, and you're still hanging on to that shit because you don't want to admit that you were duped. Just say it.
But they've made policy after policy against the best interests of the citizens of the United States, just as an effort against him. Like, not policy, comments maybe is the better word. Remember when he wanted, during COVID, at the height of COVID, when it was worldwide, but it was starting in the United States, he wanted to ban international flights from China. You know what it was called? Racist. Racist. No, we need to let those people with a deadly airport disease that we don't know the effects of. We need to let those people into this country. If you don't, you hate Asians and you're racist.
And the Chinese New Year parades, he said, don't go to them. And then Schumer and Pelosi were like, we're here and we're not racist.
Pelosi went there. Pelosi said, don't listen to him. Come here. Guys, it's us against them. And I'm telling you, the New York thing, Umberto, I want to hear what you have to say. If I was in New York, I would start a freaking thing and be like, hey, guys, surround
we
Trump.
should put migrants in Trump Tower so they can't take it. Or squatters.
Squatters.
Trump should squat in his own tower. Yeah, that's it.
Wow, Trump should squat. Should we message him?
Yeah. We should.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Guys, we're going to, all right, listen to me.
Pajama party, Mar-a-Lago.
We're going to set something up. By the way, so Sunday, because if they're going to do it, Sunday we're all going to fly. Are you down?
Yeah,
we're going to fly there and freaking squat. Oh my God. We're going to squat Trump Tower. Go ahead. Umberto, what were you going to say?
Before I say something, I'm going to lock my brain with Vault.
Go ahead. Have a vault. Get your brain in there. Unlock
anyhow,
it.
Get unlocked.
He said it. Like, they're after him because they're after us.
Yep.
And it's we the people against them demons.
Yep. They are.
Them, because it's them here, them there. We don't even know.
I mean, it's so obviously demonic because, okay, you don't believe in religion, whatever. Think of that as just saying it's selfish and not having any accountability for yourself. Not because you put a higher law over yourself so that you can be accounted to that law, to be consistent, to be honest, to tell the truth, whatever. When you go after someone specifically because of other things, knowing that you're going after him for other things, for political disagreements, lie about his original property, then when you get him fined for $400 million, you then go back on your word and say it's actually worth this much to rip that money away from him and just completely make him impoverished. That is demonic. Like, that, you are a liar and a hypocrite on the highest scale. Like, no matter who you're talking about, if the government was doing this to a regular person, everyone would be like, what the hell is going on? Like, if they were doing this to, like, Kevin O'Leary, it would be literally insane. It'd be China. Like, China does this to their billionaires when they speak out against the party.
Yeah.
So it's simply because Trump is Trump. Like, Connor and I were talking yesterday, and we were like, if Trump was 5% less himself, everyone would be freaking out. But because he's Trump, it's like people are just like, oh, whatever, like he's up to some shenanigans again. But it's like it's really just insane. If you really just look at the principles of it and the actual
But is that
law
5% less Trump, or is it 5% less the media spins?
Well,
Trump?
exactly.
Because listen, I was not a fan of Trump in the beginning because I grew up in Atlantic City. I saw he was a businessman. He pulled out of Atlantic City. I saw a lot of people suffer, but at the time I didn't realize in the business aspect. I looked at it the personal aspect. I was like, oh, my friend's parents lost their jobs because Trump closed down these casinos.
Yeah.
He was a businessman.
Yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah.
And it
Making
really took
deals.
like you have to understand, I was a bleeding heart liberal. I was. For my entire life, I went to a liberal arts school. I went into liberal communications. I voted for Obama.
He still
twice.
skateboards.
My mom hated me for it. I voted for Biden. I hate myself for that
Son
one.
of a bitch.
However, that's how obvious it is to the regular person who was against this guy. I had Trump derangement syndrome. I should open a camp where I take people who have Trump derangement syndrome and put them through we can't put people in camps.
No camp.
Well, like a training course.
Yeah.
But like I was deranged, and I looked at this and I went, man, it's actually not him. It's the way the media covers it. It's the way they bombard you with it. It's actually, maybe he has, some shady activities in his past.
Who gives a shit? He's not perfect.
Nobody is.
No.
None of us are Jesus Christ. We're all imperfect. For me to be able, as a liberal for 20 years of my life, to go, man, this guy is fucking getting the shaft. That should open up the eyes to any normal person to go, how are we allowing this as a civilization, as a democratic society? How are we allowing these people that we've elected, that we pay, to act this way?
Yeah, I feel like do we need to do something? Again, talk is cheap. We need to. I'm dead serious, bro. We're gonna have a talk with Pat because I would. Here's my question: Would the police let us go in there? Or it's going to be so guarded.
Would probably know more about squatters' rights. We'd have to look.
Yeah,
at
we got to look into it, and also there might be something where it's like, oh, it's actually going to be like a week from Monday that they go into.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out.
We'll
But
definitely do
when we
research.
do-
They have this tendency to always move the dates.
Yeah.
Because whenever people like you or this guy wants to stand in front of them,
I would go
so
on
they
the
see them, they move it. They'll do it on Tuesday. They do it at 5 a.m.
Guys, I'm being dead
You know
serious
what?
because talking is cheap. I'm gonna go
Alright.
there.
I don't
We're
even
going.
think that Trump is the only solution. Like, even if we have an idiot in power, at least it's an elected idiot that is on his own will.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
that's
yeah,
all I
he's not
want.
funded.
I want anyone that is an elected and is doing his own agenda.
But do you guys? Because we have to move on. We're gonna go to Umberto with this story. But guys, I thought about this today. I was laughing to myself. God, and somebody was like, Adam was like, you think God picked Donald Trump? God picks everybody. God picked Donald Trump, you're fired apprentice, to go in there and ruin the whole system, from fake news to the deep state to the swamp. This guy, and he's losing everything, sacrifice everything to show us what the hell we're really up to. Because, by the way, I always knew. I'm not stupid. I wasn't blind. I mean, Rob, I can't speak for you. You voted for Obama and Biden. But I always felt, I was in the military. I was always like, oh my God, they're really evil. They're really all doing this shit. I didn't buy the whole Obama change. You didn't change shit. It got worse. You made us more divided with your loving Nobel Peace Prize freaking drone strikes killing thousands of people. But I think it's just crazy that they picked this guy. God chose this guy, and he stepped the hell up. And he's suffering for it for us. So that's why when people are like, why do you love Trump so much? Mind you, you nailed it. He's not Jesus Christ. He's messed up. He said stupid shit all the time. I think COVID, when people are like, well, you're anti-vaccine. He put the vaccine. I go, what other choice did he have? No vaccine and hear all the bullshit? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. That being said, we're going to go to the next story.
By the way, real quick on the vaccine thing, and we will move
Go.
on. He's not the one that instituted that if you don't take the vaccine, you lose your job. That was Biden.
Yeah,
Joe
that was
Biden.
He
Biden.
got, like, Operation
came out
Warp
under
Speed.
Biden.
Operation Warp Speed came in under Trump, but the vaccine
Right.
didn't come out until after Biden took office, and that's when the mandate started. So for people to be like, well, I was forced to take the vaccine or lose my job because of Trump. No, he didn't make that rule.
Also,
the
do you
Biden
think-
administration.
It was Biden.
Do you anything Trump was in the lab making the mRNA
Yeah,
vaccine?
I
Or knows
actually do.
anything
That's
about
what he
that?
does
Oh,
in
yeah.
his spare time.
That's what he does.
Golfs and makes
With
vaccines.
Barron and his text. yeah.
Nobody wears a white coat like I do.
Nobody was.
Look at me.
Guys,
It's a
I'm
gold
so
coat,
good.
gold.
I'm so good. I love it. Okay.